What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree playthrough. We are on episode 12 now, so we have made some pretty good progress working our way in a very non-regular way. Finally coming back around to the plains at the beginning. And I think this time we're gonna head west through that tunnel and see what lies in store for us over there. So without further ado, let's dive back into it. So let's start things off by getting our dexterity up to level 65. And now, let us head west. Because we have a city over here. I know that we took a very roundabout way. Went and explored a bunch of other things, and honestly, there's still up the riverbed and stuff that we want to explore, but I figure it probably makes sense at a certain point to actually, go through here and tackle the quote-unquote intended route. So we'll ride through, we'll check things out, and see what Miyazaki has in store for us today. Oh, these poor people, they're just hanging out. And then a man comes in and terrorizes each and every one of them. Okay, so we have a giant pit here. Clearly a big castle. I do want to see what's over on this side, though. See if there's anything tucked around the corner. Looks like there's a pathway up the hill. No throwing stones, sir. It's not very nice. Okay, so those are not crosses, but they do bear resemblance. I'm gonna get myself killed if I stay on my horse. Smithing stone. But this wraps back south. Back underneath that upper level that we have yet to gain access to. We'll have to keep a lookout. See if we can't figure out how to get up top. Okay, this might be that plateau that's like right above where you come into Gravesite Plain at the start of the DLC. Oh, you went over top. Well, aren't you fancy? Yes, okay, perfect. Perfect. I was wondering how we get over to this place. I thought maybe it was via the upper portion above this, but it turns out that is not the case. So we're gonna make sure we touch the grace here. And then how do we want to proceed? We can probably stick the right-hand side and go along the coast and work our way around. That seems to me like a pretty good idea. Also, I guess we'll top off our health, why not? We got a few of these guys. I was hoping for a backstab, but, this will work too. Easy enough. So this will work our way around. I guess it kind of looks like a church, but also a village. Maybe it is just a combination of the two. People sticking around praying. You have a pot. Do you drop a pot then? Ow. No, but you dropped the scatter tree fragment, so I'll take it. Ow, ow. It's very rude. You do not attack a man's horse like that. Bad dog. That's also a much beefier dog than we've been fighting. Right, drops down a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely been a theme with this DLC, though. Just a bunch of, like, random enemies and things about that end up dropping Erdtree fragments and different things like that, so really does incentivize you to actually go around and kill different things. Which I know sometimes you can make up your mind, and I definitely do it. Ahaha! See, again, this is, you know, we found a thing before at the waterfall. They've just got some of these jars hanging around. I should probably put regular arrows on. Really do not need to be having specialty arrows wasted. String seller's bell bearing. And the other one was like, maybe it was mushrooms or something. So they're giving kind of some odds and ends bell bearings via those pots that are hanging around. But I think it's a neat little mechanic to have it done that way. Prospect Town. Alright, so what is the prospect exactly? Don't seem to have people around. We look across the way. Okay, so we've just looped around the bottom here. But I think there's a way up and into town. This must just be the base of it. So we really haven't gone too far. Ah! Is this the pathway up and in? Or am I just missing a staircase? No, actually I think that is the way that you're supposed to get into here. Okay. Cool beans. We got a few of you guys. We'll take care of this dude in the corner first. Anything hiding back here? Doesn't seem like it. Just seems like that's a path around. Fair enough. I guess it makes sense that if these guys are dropping string that you would have that string seller's bell bearing. So we keep winding our way up. They typically don't put stuff like this here for nothing, but apparently this time they do. Alright, got it. White flesh mushrooms. Anything down behind? Yeah, I'm quite disappointed. The number of places where it feels like they'd be hiding something, but they're not. Just got some birds up top. And then this just makes a little bit of a loop. Alright, well. Ah. Gotta check. Always gotta check. But I suppose some of that is just to obfuscate things. Like if you had something around every corner, yeah, then that loses a little bit of the specialty. Now we can jump back and across. This is back to the front portion. Or we can probably go back and across here further in. So let's double back. See if there's anything hiding back on the rooftops this way. Then we can go from there. No? Because I think this section was accessible, or at least the part below this is accessible from the get-go. Alright, that's unfortunate. I thought maybe there would be something on the rooftops. Some beast blood. Alright, let's take it back up. This time we at least know which path we have to take. Right up here. It's also actually easier to stay on this side of the collapsed building. Okay, this ought to be fun, right? Here we go, guns blazing. A little bit tankier. Trying to get double hits if you can. This guy seems like I should kill him. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Blood Fiend's arm. Let's take a look at that weapon. Colossal weapon has arcane scaling on it. Weapon made by the Blood Fiends. An arm pulled from the corpse of one of their kin and wielded as a makeshift weapon. Having been sanctified by a blood ritual, this armament is capable of spraying blood stored within when executing a strong attack. And endure skill. Assume an anchored stance to brace for incoming attacks, briefly boosting poise. Damage taken while this skill is reduced. Okay, so spraying blood stored when executing a strong attack. I wonder if that means that it does like a large bleed chunk from the enemy, or how exactly that works. Yeah, because obviously it's going to be more than just a visual effect to spray blood, or at least I would assume so. Seemed kind of weird for it to be anything other than that. So we don't have anything out here. And if we go back in, so there's that staircase, and then we have an outer staircase. So we should check out and around. Nothing here. Obviously, we don't care for the broken rune. So let's go and check left side, because that's going to actually lead us up to something. This takes you back out here, which gives you a rooftop to access. That doesn't give us anything. Is there anything on top of this roof? Doesn't really look like it. So what was the purpose of bringing us up here? Not 100% certain. Maybe it's a way to, like, sneak around and attack that group of enemies? Maybe? Outer God Heirloom. So Outer God Heirloom raises arcane. The clan who lost everything in the Great Fires peered upon the corpse of their ancestor, normally an act of sanctity, and saw in its shadow a twisted deity. The clan had suffered such torment that the horrible thing was taken as an object of worship. Okay, so we've had faith in Dex. Strength, obviously there's gotta be one for intelligence and such. This one gives you a little bit of arcane. And I would presume that that is the last thing around here. Now that arcane boost, probably to go with the fact that the weapon here requires a bit of arcane. If we take a look at the map, I do believe that that's going to be everything for in here. So let's head back down. Out of town. Ooh, hello. Somber Smithing Stone 4. We'll take it. Almost missed that. We'll leave town and head back southwest. So that's going to give us some new stuff to look at. Now we've got a little bit to check out in this little valley area. Hello, friend. Just gonna ignore you. Sorry. Just passing through. Pay no mind to me. Alright, that would be very helpful if I could direct things. Now, what is this? Larval tier. Okay. And then what do you have for me, sir? Oh, sorry, let me get off my horse. How rude of me. Forager Brood Cookbook number 2 and a black firefly. Alright, so from earlier, that string seller's bell bearing gives us string. How fitting. And the Forager Brood Cookbook gives us fireproof pickled liver. So these Forager Broods have been pretty kind. They're just kind of spread all about, but each one of them giving you, I believe they've all been giving cookbooks. Oh. Okay, we've got to be careful here. We've got the lightning sheep. I see purple. Greater Potentate's Cookbook number 5. Oh, we've got some rats. Follow the rats. They must lead us somewhere, right? Presumably so. Okay, apparently I'm in combat with the rats. It's a trap! It's a trap! Ooh. Church of Benediction. Blessed Blue Dew Talisman. If we can get to safety, we can take a look at, first off, where we are, and also what that talisman is. The Oathseeker set and Pata. And we've got an area that looks like we can climb on down into. Okay, so we've gone back and around. I also assume that there's a pathway up that we'll need to check out. So Pata is actually a fist weapon. A weapon comprised of a linear double-sided blade attached to a substantial guard, wielded by the Oathseeker Knights. This versatile armament can be swung about like a fist or used in the manner of a straight sword. And then has impaling thrust, lets piercing armaments overcome enemy shields, build power, and then lunge forward for a strong thrust that pierces an enemy's guard. And then Oathseekers are knights set off on quests of discovery, hoping to find by themselves an oath of their own choosing to serve in perfect, lifelong devotion. And of course, we got the Blessed Blue Dew Talisman, which is going to gradually restore some FP. So very nice if you're especially probably running a more magic-centric build. I think it's probably a waste of a talisman slot to use it if you're just, you know, maybe using the odd skill here or there. But definitely nice to have. And finally, Greater Potentate's Cookbook number 5, Hefty Lightning Pot. So a pretty decent haul there, I would say. Now let's head down into this place and see what we've got going on down here. So this staircase, I presume, is going to bring us back out to something that we should be able to work with. Wait. Ah, wait, is this the start of the DLC? When we come to the DLC, we go to this and just run up the stairs and out into the field? Is that how this all works? Okay, here I am thinking we're going someplace new, but in fact, this actually wraps back around to the beginning. Well, now that we've gone full circle with that, let's head back out from the Cliff Road terminus and see if there's maybe anything along the side we may have missed. Because we can run this cliffside. That's definitely a place that we've been before. We've kind of gone everywhere down below. But if we follow this ridge, And then also go back up top above where the church was. We should be able to find some more stuff. Revered Spirit Ash, alright, thank you kindly. Anything else around these parts? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, don't mind me, folks, I'm just passing through. I do think I saw an item up to the right. I just want to see if there's anything down here. No, okay. So we're just going to do some bob and weave action, grab whatever this is. Smithing stone number 4 and skedaddle. Suppose this time we can follow the main road. So I guess the main road is going to kind of lead you by where those rats were going. Is there anything hiding down here? No, we've got some birds. Don't really want to fight the birds. Just want to investigate what's around them. I don't see anything up and to the left of these sheep, so let's move along. Now, instead of following where the rats go, this time we're gonna do some vertical climbing. Check out what's up top here. Got a little bit of an outlook, it seems. With a bear? What are you hiding? Just beast stuff. Okay, so you can see the church. You didn't like what I did to your bear friend? Huh? Well, you suffer the same fate now! That was karma in full effect. I won't do it this time, bear. Alright, I'll leave you alone. So let me explore in peace. Okay, so if we come up here, we get ourselves a shack. Oh, we actually got a painting. It's been a little while since I've seen one of these. Incursion painting. Yo, this warthog is tracking. Ow! That was not nice. It gave me gold tinge excrement. Thanks so much. Alright, so the incursion painting is the work of a wandering artist, reminiscence of a painting entitled Incursion. This painter is said to have captured the landscape seen during the last moments of those who welcomed into death's embrace. The soul of the painter and the vestiges of the dead's last moments can be discovered by visiting the location depicted even now. So we're looking for a big overhanging, piece of land, a walkway of sorts up above, and then you've got some of those arches that maybe we'd see down in the gravesite plain, so something to keep a lookout for. But now, instead of going through the tunnel where we started and going left, now we can go back and head right. Alright, so this time I think we're gonna take the liberty of skipping killing all of these guys that are walking around. I don't think they're really gonna do much of anything to us. Definitely don't have the speed as we run by with the horse. Okay, I do see a cross up in the distance. That'll be good. That also, I think all of those crosses have had races next to them, so that's also a very good sign for us. Give ourselves a little checkpoint. Don't have to do as much running the next time we come around. Lovely. Hello, friends. Erdtree fragment, which we've gotten now 2 of them, so we might be able to get another upgrade going. Get the Erdtree, or the Shadow power upgrade. Yeah, Erdtree blessing, and the revered Spirit Ash. Perfect. Now, hello, friends.
You must be the Tarnished.
I am.
I am Ansbach, formerly in service to Lord Moog, but now, like you, another soul guided by kindly Mikola. I'm hardly the steady hand I once was. My fighting days are far behind me, which is why I have chosen to dedicate myself to investigation, to discern Tender Miquella's ultimate purpose. I'd rather not volunteer service to a new master unless I know that I can be of use. May I request a service of you?
A service of me?
6 crosses identical to this one have been discovered in these lands. They are akin to Tender Miquella's footprints, or gravestones, which mark what he's left behind. If you discover any more crosses, be certain to tell me. I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing here.
We have found quite a few crosses already. Let's see which one this is. I abandon here a part of the flesh of my body. I said that there are 6 of them. I believe that's number 3 with that exact text.
Hello there. Together, we work. Together, for Miquella the Kind. Many things we have found. Oh, I know. Give this to Tiolier. He asked me to find it. I finally found it.
Black syrup. Alright, we'll have to run that back to Tiolier. Does he have anything good? Sealed Spirit Springs, which we've already discovered on our own. Got a few rune arcs. Some pickled liver stuff. Nothing too crazy here. I guess if you need some arrows, probably not too bad, but all in all, nothing really to be had here.
Goodbye.
Alright, so before we try and head up there, let's head back to Tiolier and see what this black syrup is all about. Tiolier, I have something for you.
So, what can I help you with? Oh? What's this? I have to say, Sir Moore has an awfully sharp eye, doesn't he? It's wonderful. This ebony, as lustrous as the night sky unending. I don't think I could ever thank him enough. I'll have to think of something. Ah, forgive me. You two deserve your share of the reward. I'll mix up something special. If you find yourself weary of the weight of this life, then just give me the word. Sleep is a balm. An eternal sleep is an elixir.
Hold on, so it's like a suicidal type of drink?
Is that so? Then take this. This concoction can coax even the oldest of dragons to sleep. For you, it will grant the sweetest slumber for all eternity.
Tiolier's concoction. Causes immediate death if imbibed by an ordinary human. Condensed somniferous elixir purported to be capable of putting even an ancient dragon to sleep. For an ordinary mortal, a single sip would assuredly result in swift and certain death. Tiolier thought of Saint Trina's sleep when he created this, but the ebony's sleep he concocted had not the sweetness of nectar nor the gentleness of rest's embrace. Okay, this is an interesting consumable. I don't know if there's going to be anything further along where maybe we can give this to somebody, but I'm not quite sure in what circumstance we would want to use this on ourselves. That just sounds dangerous. Alright, let's head up to the main gate here. Can't wait to get denied entrance, because that would be just my luck. Actually, it also looks like there's some stuff you can explore around the corners, although I'm not really expecting too much. And maybe we can see if there's any way up onto that section across the way. If there is a way up there, I would have to imagine it's via some sort of teleporter. Yeah, you can see the pathway that we took underneath. Doesn't look like there's much of anything up there, but it's also on the map. So I would imagine that something makes it accessible and that there is at least one thing to be had by going up there. Anything tucked behind these corners? It does not appear so. Also, that was way sketchier than it needed to be. I do not need to be running that close to the edge to take a peek. Alright, main gate. See what's up. Door does not open from this side. Oh, no, it does. Good. Good, good, good. Because if it didn't, I'd be like, wow, this was a pretty lame place to take us. Oh, hello. Big ol' scorpion. Not a very strong scorpion, which leads me to believe it probably would have dealt a lot of damage had it actually hit us with anything. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with the sweep. No! Big whiffs! I need something that's like can slam the ground in a pretty big area if we're gonna be dealing with this many scorpions. I was prepared for a big one, not for an army of small ones. Another revered spirit ash? Alright, starting to find a few more of those compared to what we were right at the beginning. Okay. So it's all those ones that are hanging on the ceiling that are coming down. Being kind of spidery. Which ain't that a horrible combination? Spider scorpion? I don't need that. Hello. I definitely don't need that in my life. Ah! Die. Die, fiend. Just feel like I gotta keep my eyes peeled. Just gonna drop down on us constantly. Alright. Belurat, Tower Settlement. Not gonna lie, kinda gave me vibes there of like a walled in Margit. Okay, so we have options to go sideways, which probably means this is a closed door. Yep, does not open from this side. I'm curious about going to the right here, purely because to the left had a stake. I feel like we should check this out. This is probably gonna break down my armor, isn't it? No? The water's safe to drink? Just has a trap? Okay. Yeah, I was very much concerned that that was like the area in Dark Souls 2, I believe, where it would just start degrading your armor. I mean, I don't even know if this game has that sort of mechanic. Somber smithing stones. Okay, so we have a well. See, I kind of want to go and see what else there is, but I think we should take the well, and then we could always head back to the Grace, because this was pretty close by. Door is locked. So we have found... Interesting. So we don't have a key to this. And it's not just immediately nearby. Okay, so note to be taken, we have a well to explore, but we need a key in order to do so. Well, let's just hope that somebody around here has one for us, or maybe it's lying. It's probably lying about. Kinda doubt that it's gonna be on somebody, but yeah, could always be wrong. Big old smithing stone from that gentleman. And with this being a town, I think we're gonna have a lot of different corners and things that we've gotta check behind. Oh, that guy just got caught in the crossfire. He was trying to join in. Help his brethren out. But alas, he paid the price. Anything back in your pots? Just more of that silverhorn tender. Alright, so not much doing in that regard. Oh, we have a grace. Okay, so where into the town does this put us? So we've gone here and we've wound our way over to the small private altar. Now we've got another set of choices. We can go left or we can go right. Okay, very similar moveset. That was actually a very similar moveset to Rolana. So I wonder if those knights are all at all related to Rolana. See, I feel like with the amount of options I'm being presented here, like I should have gone to the left first, but essentially we just have to keep track of all of the different places that we've been. Which, you know, like how many possible combinations of directions could there be? So we'll start with right and right. So this is the small private altar. Okay, so something is tracking us. Oh, are we walking into a boss fight? We've got an invader. Hello. You stagger. Sorry for your loss.
My words, graceless heathen. Thou shalt not evade the flame of my...
Well, at least for the time being, I did. Queeline. I did avoid it. Ash of War, Shriek of Sorrow, and we got a new talisman. The Crusade Insignia raises attack power after defeating an enemy. Talisman depicting a raised spear on a backdrop of flames in remembrance of the lives lost in the Sacred Crusade led by Mesmer. The warriors who fought in the Crusades set aside both honor and mercy to want only impale and scorch those deemed impure. Those who felt invigorated by each cry of death were the same men who were certain of the sanctity of the campaign. So raising after defeating an enemy... I wonder how highly that stacks, because if you can just be, like, exploring, and you're killing enemies, and that's just making you stronger and stronger, like, that could become very, very powerful. Wow, 10 arrows. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, well that at least takes care of the right and then right. Okay, so they have like wizard ones that are casting those rings that we were running out of. So now this is the right and then left path. We have a bird up top, which I don't know if we go here. If he'll jump down, doesn't seem like it. But like this, for example, how we're exploring and killing every enemy that we come across. I mean, very, very quickly, you could find yourself in a position of being quite strong, and then, what if that leads you into a boss fight? Yeah, you take all that with you? Like, if it stacks quite a bit. Okay, storeroom key. I don't think that's anything to do with the well that we were at earlier. But all keys are good keys, in my opinion. Okay, so it looks like there's rooftops that you can come down from. I also just didn't check. Maybe this is the way we needed to go all along. But I know that we skipped going over to the left here, which clearly there's that waterfall. But nothing else over there. Okay, so everything here was going to feed you the way that we went initially anyway. But you know, gotta cover all my bases. Like Aerosmith, I don't want to miss a thing. Although in this scenario, I don't really know who I'm dreaming of, but maybe Mikola? Be gone, bird. Be gone. I don't know if this is supposed to be... Seems like inaccessible. Got rooftop over there, and then this, I believe, is the other side of that gate that we were just at. But we also have a left path. So isn't that just grand? Actually, is this how we came up? No. Those were the stairs we came up. This is leading us around to some more scorpion business. Oh, baby. Killing them all. Killing them all. Okay, so elevator. This is gonna take us down. Maybe this will take us to the main entrance. Because I am a big fan of shortcuts. Yes, big fan of shortcuts. Perfect. Okay, so we haven't gone left. Since we have all of those scorpions killed, let's keep pressing left. And then we'll send this elevator back down for future. Just feel like we gotta maximize, you know, as we explore around here. Okay. Hidden pathway, but I don't think there's a way back, so let's get this item. Oh, it's, of course, it's multiple. Ah, yep, okay. Ow, ow. snipe me with poison. There it is. Alright, well, that poison's gonna slowly tick. Get a bone bow. And I believe that's everything that's in here. Honestly, that poison's not too bad, so I'm just gonna let it tick. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. Let's go for the hidden hallway. Why did he at me? Why do these guys talk? To a certain degree, at least. They kind of remind me of those guys from the Dark Souls 3 DLC. Yeah, Ring City. Okay, we have a cross. Gives us a Erdtree fragment, but there's no grace with this one, surprisingly. I abandon here my arm Sinistril. So that's new. We have not encountered any of those crosses up until this point. And a dried bouquet. Bouquet? Pocket? Bouquet? Raises attack power when summoned spirit dies. A quaint bouquet of dried flowers offered to a small grave. The sorrow that flows from the untimely demise of a loved one is a tenderness shared by all, regardless of birthplace. Okay, and so then this, hello. This loops us around. It's another way to enter into this pit. Okay. Well, we're already poisoned, so I don't think they can really concern us with that. We're gonna have to stay topped off, and this is where not healing the poison might come to bite us, although if we get rewarded, maybe the game will give us some more flasks. Make this exploration journey a little bit easier. Okay, and I don't think there were actually any items here, right? There was just these two dudes. Alright, well, you know. Gotta make sure everyone dies. Can't leave any survivors. Alright. That was a fun surprise. I have a surprise for you, and it's called my sword. Okay, so this ladder is going to take us back up. Now, so we have that storeroom key. We still don't know anything about down below. I don't think that would be the storeroom, considering that's like a sewer of some sort. Well, that guy gets a free pass because I'm not going back down to kill him. Sneaky, sneaky. I'm gonna get you in the back. Oh, Pop Boy, don't ruin this for me. What? You don't have a backstab? Oh, hello, bird. Oh, there's a follow-up, and then a follow-up to the follow-up. I'm gonna get kicked in the face. Ow. Why can't you guys hurt each other, huh? Bruh. We are not doing that here, okay? You like that? You like how I rolled through him and then got you? Huh? Huh? Jeez, these people. Rude. Just trying to explore. But this place is like very, very complex. Also gives me kind of vibes of when you're going down to Melania. If I'm being completely honest. Okay. So we could have gotten here from the beginning had we gone that path. So let's make sure we go back around and get these items. Okay, so you can like loop it all the way around, very interconnected, many ways to get to the same things. So that's good to know that we've kind of closed that loop up and that we have a pretty straightforward path back through if we need to go that way. Though the hard part is keeping track still. I know there are other paths that we still have to go and explore. And we keep making our way up. But there's definitely more to this place. Some smithing stones, what do you have? Another revered spirit ash. Keep racking those up. Oh boy, okay. Say, I hear somebody. So this looks like the room that we were in with those two scorpions. Which explains why that dead ends, and we only have one option but to go up. Alright, we had fought one of these guys, like, out in the plains, I think. Definitely tankier than a lot of the enemies that have been around these parts. Okay, even though there's a gap there, there's not actually a place to go down and explore. Which makes things much, much easier for us. So this location is called Stagefront. We've got a gold sign out to the right here in front of this door. Feels like we might be leading into a boss fight, which I think is a great place to leave off. We'll make it so that next time out, we've got a little bit of mystery. Are we going to have a boss fight? Is there going to be more to this place to explore? So I appreciate you all hanging out, sticking with me through this exploration of the DLC. I hope you're all enjoying, and I will see you all in the next episode.